Hi everyone, so we've been writing this big band chart, going through what we can do with different sections. Last time we added this counter melody and the trombones. Now it's time for the drums. So let's zoom on here on the drums. I'm not a drummer, let me put that out first, but I've been watching Elliot Deutsch's fantastic videos on writing for big band, and so this writing drum part was really helpful for that. Yeah, just a great video, definitely go check it out. It doesn't give you the nitty gritty on writing it in MuseScore, but there are other things that do. So, and I'll give us a bit of a look at that today as well. There are many other resources, and I'll put links to them in the description below. So go check that out. Before we get into the drum part properly, I do want to just fix something here to do that will affect our drums quite heavily, and that is the swing marking. Let's just go and look at that. We made this invisible because we needed to do stuff with it. And we said we can't do anything with it in the properties. However, that's not entirely true. If I right click on the text and I use system text properties, I can actually adjust its swing ratio. So this was pointed out to me by Sigga Svan in the comments of part 2. Thanks, Sigga. So 60% is just a little bit, let's say, weak. So let's make it 70%. That was his suggestion. I've been trying that out this week and really enjoying it. So let's bring that back here. As it is. And I definitely like that heavier swing. It's got more of that old big band feel. I don't know. I'm going to say that that's the old big band feel that I really enjoy. But thank you. In preparation for this, I'm also going to just have some fun with it. I don't know if this will be in the final version, but in the third and fourth bar, let's go straight, shall we? So palettes, we're in tempo and straight. And we can see that what it's actually doing in the properties is it's just turning off the swing. Brilliant. And then we'll get our swing again. This time, however, we needed to actually say swing. So we'll just click on the swing. However, again, let's just make sure that we are at 70%, not 60%. That's really cool. A good way to make sure that your swing is as you want it. Perhaps you like a more relaxed swing. I do like the stronger sense of swing. As Elliot says in his video, the drum part should be really descriptive, not prescriptive. I don't know if you use those words, but I like them. It's a guide. It's a guide to what the drum is doing. So we are going to use some of the tools that MuseScore has, and let's start us off with these. Let's zoom out. These 16 bars that we have so far. Let's just fill that. We'll go Tools, Fill with Slashes. That's a nice way to tell the drummers, listen, do your own thing, go ahead, have some fun. We do want to give them a bit of guidance though, so let's add some text. Let's go to the text. We'll add a stave text because it's just for the drummer, not for everyone. And Control-A to select all. And let's say a hi-hat swing. That should give them enough of a something to go on, I think. Now we said in these next two bars, we want to go straight. So let's tell them over here to do another stave text. Let's go for a Samba here. Again, I'm pointing out this is not necessarily going to be the final version, although maybe we'll like it. Who knows? And then let's bring the swing back over here. So we can check. Let's just go check the drum part quickly. Open. All right, that's what it looks like. They've got moderate swing, hi-hat swing, straight Samba, swing, hi-hat swing, and it just goes. You can imagine this would look not great, but we're not done yet. Don't worry, we're still busy. Let's also, not sure, this may be a matter of preference. You might want to ask your drummer what they would prefer to see, if they want to see slashes all the way through that, or if they would prefer in the repeats and jumps to have a repeat last bar, which is doing nothing. Let's do that again. There we go. We could repeat last bar, and then Samba and repeat last bar. And then hi-hat swing. In this section, we've got the saxes a bit quieter and this nice mellow counter melody. So let's make this one, let's add more text just for now. That's giving us the high level kind of thing of where we're going. And you know what? They don't need to be doing anything different here. So let's actually delete those. Select them again. And this time, in our repeats, so they can know that I'm just going to be doing a gentle swing for those 8 bars. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Brilliant. Except you can imagine also a drummer wouldn't want to just be counting those bars each time. Let's give them a hand, shall we? We need to do this in properties. Style settings. Yes, I'm correct. Bar repeats. And here we want to number consecutive bar repeats every, you know what, let's give them every bar. We don't need parentheses though. Let's try that. Already we can see, there we go. Hi-hat swing, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Brilliant. No need to make our drummers actually count things. Although we don't want that on the 2. Okay, I like the 2, 4, 6, 8 thing, but that is slightly awkward. Okay. Anyone in the comments? Comments have been a great place for getting stuff done. Anyone got an idea of how? I don't think we want to see that 2 every time. It's just actually a bit confusing. It makes you think maybe I have to repeat it 2 bars of it. No, not good. And I can't delete it either. Interesting. Perhaps that's a good reason to just have slashes here. If it's just 1 bar, keep the slashes. I can imagine if I'm doing this a lot, I would want to make that a shortcut for myself. However, as it is, I'm not going to be using it too much. Let's do some extra bars on here. These can be repeats. Lovely. Okay, let's also add a fill in here. So again, we'll go to text, save text, fill. Let's put it towards the end. And we can do the same on bar 8 as well. Let's see if we can just copy and paste. Can't have our drummers getting bored, so we'll give them a little something to do. That's all well and good, but that's not playing anything, is it? And we do want it to play something, whether this is for a demo or it's for teaching. You know, I mostly do this for school bands, so I want them to hear an approximation of how it will sound with some drums. If you're doing it for a demo, maybe you're getting a job or a gig, and you want someone to hear your full arrangement, not something where you say, oh yeah, the drums will come in later. So let's add another drum kit. This will come up as drumset 2. Brilliant. Let's go and change that. Let's call it drums written. I don't know, something like that will work. And now we get a chance to actually go and write some drum parts in. So here's our high-level part for the experienced drummers, and here's our well, we can make it both. It could be our demo audio part, but it also could be our part for less experienced drummers, maybe if we're in a school band, whatever we're thinking like that. I've forgotten something though, because in this first section, I also wanted to add some hits, even for the high-level drummers that we wanted to hit. This melody has this nice little triplet thing. I don't know if it's that nice, but it's there. And it's unusual. This is the only time I've used triplets. So let's make it a little feature, shall we? Even the drums can do that. So let's go here. I'm going to enter our notation, N. Okay, I can only presume that was because of an update or something. Anyway, got it back now. So I'll just go minim triplet and then A. And let's turn that into slashes. Nope, tools, toggle. There we go. Lovely. And you know what? We need some dynamics too. Where would we be without dynamics? Let's have a mezzo forte at the beginning when everyone's playing together. And at this new swing, let's make it mezzo piano. That'll give them an idea that they need to do something different. It's not necessarily playing quieter, it might be a slightly different groove that they do, and we can see what that might be in our written out drums part. Okay, so we've got the drummer able to hit on time with others. That's wonderful. We've got them able to change things, change styles. I'm going to use a standard swing pattern, you know, on the hi-hats. So let's do that. It starts with crotchets, notes. Now, actually, I need my hi-hat, but I need an open hi-hat, which is that one. And it doesn't have a shortcut, and I'm going to be using it a lot. Let's edit the drum set. Go to open a hi-hat. Now, E is the high tom. I might use that for some fills, but apart from that, not really. So let's change the open hi-hat to E. Now, wonderful. Great, let's go back. I want the, thanks MuseScore, I want the hi-hat pedal to come in on 2. So let's do that. That is F. Okay, no, I don't want that. Undo, let's make it a crotchet. I'll just have to go back and add the rest. That's slightly annoying, but not impossible. It's not swinging. Perhaps we need to add a new swing in again. These are the bugs you come up with, folks. Tempo. Swing. Invisible. There we go. All right, we have it working. It is working quite nicely. Let's add a snare drum in on the second beat as well. This is the opening. It's nice and big. We might still have an intro, but this is our main opening. So I'll go Shift and A. There's my snare drum there. And Shift A there as well. Cool. Let's repeat that. Because this is going to be written out, we can still use the repeat bar sign. However, for now, let's add our Samba. So let's start that one with all hi-hats. Then let's go back. This can get quite frustrating to listen to. Let's add a crotchet kick drum. Why not? Because I'm adding the second voice, I don't have to use Shift here, which is really handy. So I'm just adding all the drum kit. What should we have? Another... What is this? B. Dum dum. Yeah, why not? That's good. And back to the swing. Okay, wonderful. Let's delete that for now. There are some great things we can do with playback, and some of them we need to do before others. So the first thing I want to do is change the drum kit sound, which we can now do. This is wonderful. So because of MuseScore 4.2, we now have the ability, this is on drumset 2. Okay, we need to be clear on that. Drumset 2, we can now choose the different sound fonts that we use in MS Basic. So before I could just choose it and it would choose the best, what it thought was the best drum kit. I'm going to actually choose a jazz kit. This is great. Let's see what difference that makes. Look, we don't have much snare to compare to. There are also other kits like a brush kit. Let's go try one of those out. Takes a little while to get there. Brushes. Now, unfortunately, the brush only seems to be affecting the drum and not the cymbals as well. I would love to have that brushy sound on the cymbals, but hey, you can't have everything. I've been experimenting a little bit. I do like quite a few of them. Turns out I really like the Jazz 1 kit. I think the Jazz 3 was quite nice as well, but let's go with Jazz 1. So that's one thing. We can choose the drum kit for all the major difference that it does. Of course, remember, we can still use VSTs. And I think I do have a VST for drums. Should we see if it works? Let me just save first. This is the organic calfskin kit, which was a free one that I found. Default dry brushes. We have no size. Okay, let's see. It also works. It's a bit quiet, and clearly our window is not sizing nicely, so there's issues. You know what? Let's just stick with the Jazz 1 for now. However, remember that it's there. We can go and mess around with it if we want to. The other playback thing that we want to look at today is, this was pointed out to me on the MuseScore forums, and it's the Hedsound, I don't know how they want to pronounce it, but this little blog post on the art of drum optimization, and I really like this idea. Essentially, we're just going to edit the velocity values of these things so that they sound a bit more real and natural. We're hearing, I mean, it sounds very real, but they're all the same volume all the time. So we can change that. Let's get rid of our mixer. Wish it wouldn't keep spinning to the top every time. Let's also just get a dynamic marking in here. Dynamic, where's dynamics? Let's have a mid supporting. Okay. So, wish it wouldn't do that every time. Properties, playback, and let's make this one, I don't know, 50. Just a little bit quieter. Let's make these two also a bit quieter. Let's do those together. Let's make those 40. And we can do this one also on a good 40. Let's do the second what's the snare drum? Second beat snare drum, sorry. Let's have that one down to 50 also. And this one down to 45, why not? Let's see what difference that makes. Not bad. Let's have this one also a little bit softer. Let's go 55, 50, and 55. So our strongest one is the first beat. Third beat's a bit weaker. Just something a bit different, right? Can sound hopefully a bit more natural. Now we can copy that. Take out the dynamic marking. Let's add a ghost note, shall we? That sounds fun. Ghost notes are cool. All right, so where should we add? Let's make this one a semiquaver and add a ghost note there. And let's add a ghost note on there as well. And MuseScores make this very easy. I can simply make them in brackets, in parentheses. It's very nice, very simple and easy to do. And we can adjust the playback. Let's make them a nice, quiet 35. Okay, I see. This one is not working for me. Let's just have a one ghost note, shall we? Keep it simple for now. Nice. Let's do something similar here. I'm going to just do this very quickly so you can see what we're doing. Okay, now we can start doing our repeats. So let's repeat the Samba again, copy this first 2-bar thing into here, take out the mezzo forte, don't need that, we're back to swing. We want to fill. Okay, so let's make another repeat, R for repeat of course, and here's our fill, our first fill. Let's get there just now. Take this again for our next hi-hat swing. This is a mezzo piano section. Let's take out the snares, right? And repeat it all the way. No need for anything fancy until we get to another fill. Let's also make this mezzo piano. Not sure if we'll need that, but let's see. Okay. We've got our general kind of idea. We want to fill there, and we still haven't finished the Samba. So let's get some snare drums in the Samba. Let's have it on. Right. That's over there. Wrong one. Sorry. There's the snare. Over here now we need to have our hits. So let's make that a minim triplet. Definitely snares there. Let's have that rest. Shall we add some hi-hats? And let's add one more snare there, just to get that Samba feel back again. Okay, how are we doing so far? First little section with the band. I think what needs to happen is that our kick drum must join. Let's do it like that. Again, I'm not a drummer. This is not my usual style, so please forgive me. If anyone has any recommendations, go ahead. I will not take offense. Obviously be polite, be kind, but just kind of showing possibilities. All right, let's go for a fill, shall we? Kind of a 2-beat fill, 1.5 beat fill. And we want this to calm down. So let's make it quite an easy fill. Let's make notes, in for notes, and have a high tom. High tom. And a mid tom. And how about a floor tom? Goodness. And let's have that decrescendoing down to our mezzo piano. I think we need to take that out. Beautiful. Let's keep that, and then this fill we can leave. Let's just add some text. Let's Control T. Say fill. I'm even going to mark it to do. Let's mark it to do at the beginning. Things organized, right? So that once we know what's happening in the next section, we can write that fill in for our drummer. Okay, we're doing pretty well. The whole clicking on notes and changing their, going to properties and playback and changing the velocity is a bit tedious, I'll grant you, but hopefully we'll be getting some new tools in percussion and drum kit notation soon from MuseScore. yeah, we're quite excited about that. Now, of course, when we're looking at the score, we don't want to see both parts. So to keep things neat, let's hide this one and keep the normal drums, which we need to rename as drums. D, is that correct? I don't know. So what we'll do is go to the instruments panel, and at the drums written, I can hide it, but then it doesn't play. So what we do instead is show it again, open it up, and hide that staff. I don't know why, really, I'm not sure on it, but it does hide the whole thing from here, but still plays back. Wow, there we go. We've got some drums. That's really cool. And it looks very neat in the score. We're just seeing the general feels with a couple of hits like we would for an experienced drummer. Of course, at any time we can just bring this back, but that's really cool. Another thing that we definitely want to make sure of that Elliot was very clear on as well is in the parts. So let's go look at our drum kit parts. We want to make sure that the way they look is also comfortable. And this is not comfortable, clearly. This is definitely not clear yet. If I was a drummer, I would get lost. I mean, I would anyway, but, you know, worse than normal. So let's go to Format, Add or Remove System Breaks. And let's do it every 4 bars. Let's try that. Since we're in 4-bar phrases, that is far clearer. I don't know that they would need that one. Can we get rid of that one? See, that's nice. If you can fit all 8, great. That's cool. So I've got this first one where there's a bit of that Samba thing happening, then the next 4 bars, and then a whole row for the hi-hat swing of our second phrase. That's much clearer. And we can do something similar here, I would imagine. That's quite nice. And we can see how many bars they should be doing. If any of you have been really listening carefully, you will have heard that I've been using the new bass sound. Where is it? Electric bass from the guitars pack, section 1, volume 1, Muse Guitars volume 1. I'm working on a video kind of for the other guitars as well. Again, I'm not a guitarist, but you can look forward to that. And we're looking forward to seeing how it can affect what we do in our guitar part once we get there. But I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any comments, please leave them down below, how we could improve this drum part. I'm really enjoying the sense of community that we're getting from people wanting to do similar things. Bye for now. See you on the next one.